Losing a high performing manager is one of the biggest costs to your business. And if you don't take the right measures to make sure your people and more importantly, your managers don't leave, you're never going to hit your financial goals. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 6 steps you can take to keep your most important talent in your business and happy. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jordan Ross. I'm the founder of 8-Figure Agency, a growth consultancy that's worked with over 800 clients, and we've helped our clients at over 9 figures in annual revenue. So as it relates to your business, if you're doing 7 or 8 figures in annual revenue, losing a high performing manager is going to cost you north of 6 figures in total costs. This includes sourcing costs, staffing costs, onboarding costs, training costs, opportunity cost, and then probable churn cost, right? So if you're a founder or an executive that's now having to step in because you have a manager that has left, it's going to leave you high and dry on missing out on growing your business. So here are the 6 things you need to be implementing to make sure your talent leaves. Number 1 is compensation. Now, in any professional relationship, it's obvious it always starts with compensation. And the first thing I encourage all of my clients to do is make sure they are asking their managers in the interview and in their first meeting with them how much they want to earn in the short term, in the first 12 months, and then in the long term. Now, I think this is a conversation that should be candid and should be transparent, because if we know how much our people want to earn, we can manipulate and influence what's going on in our company to make sure we give our leaders the opportunity to earn that money. Because on the flip side, if we don't do that, we're going to lose out on having them. In my business, on an annual level, I'm constantly checking in with my important leaders in my company how much they want to earn, if they're happy with what they're earning, and if there's anything else I need to know about financials that would make them want to leave. All this information is logged in what I call the People CRM, or the Talent Management Portal, where I just have this information saved for myself and my executive team around our consultants and our talent. Number 2 is setting them up for success. The number 1 reason that talent is going to leave your company is due to stress, operational stressors, people stressors, or both. People will leave companies 9 out of 10 times because they are stressed with how things are being run. They get stressed because they don't enjoy the person they're working with. First, if your business is an operational shit show, you should come to 8F, because that is why we exist. We will clean things up for you and make your business run smoothly so you do not have to churn talent. We've had 8-figure companies come to us that have lost $4 million in annual revenue in a short period of time, losing 30% of their staff because their operations were so bad. So go to the link below and book a call with us. If this is you, I got your back. In terms of setting your most important managers up for success, there are 3 simple things that you can do to make sure that they're happy. Number 1 is clearly defining goals and KPIs. If you give high performers or important performers very clear goals on what they need to accomplish for their role, for each account, for their team, and then you give them the KPIs that they need to follow. KPIs are inputs, goals are outputs. As long as they follow those KPIs very diligently, they should be able to hit their goals. That's number 1. And a lot of businesses don't do this because they create a level of ambiguity, and the ambiguity just creates stress. So make things super clear and transparent. Number 2 is removing barriers. At Amazon, we were trained as managers that one of the most important functions of your role as a manager is to remove barriers of your talent. So in your company, a simple action that you could take as a result of this video is to create a form where talent or managers or both can submit barriers that come up throughout the work week. These are barriers that are impeding the team members to actually complete their jobs. Now, as a manager, if there are barriers that are preventing them from executing, these are operational stressors. And if the manager's manager, which might be an executive or VP or someone in your business, is able to identify what those are and basically create a list of things that they can do on a week-to-week or day-to-day basis that removes those barriers, this is going to build more trust between talent, develop deeper levels of intimacy, improve your operation. So this is a simple process that you should be doing anyway. And the third thing is coaching and training. Now, I've created a different video on this, so make sure you go to my video where I talk about all things training, but your role as an executive or founder working with your managers is to develop them. Make sure you're sitting down with them at least multiple times a week to make sure they're executing. Have end-of-day reports and end-of-week reports where you're able to review their performance. If someone is trending the wrong way, you want to sit with them and show them you're committed to making them successful. In my business, when I onboarded my president into my company, I sat down with him every single day for the first 90 days of his job. And we reviewed everything he was doing. And by month 4, he was a bona fide assassin. That guy is a beast. But he needed a lot of TLC up front and a commitment from me to show that I'm willing to make him successful, which has very much so paid its dividends. The third thing you need to do to make sure you retain your critical managerial talent is know how they want to be managed. Now, everyone is different and everyone wants to be managed and communicated in a different way. And the biggest thing I say is know what your people need so they can feel valued. The simplest 3 ways I could have you learn these things is sitting down with them and asking 2 questions: what they've liked from other jobs and other managers in the past, and what they haven't liked from other jobs and other managers in the past. So basically, what should I keep doing for you and what should I not do for you? And the third thing, which is a little different and you might find it unique, is having them take the 5 love languages assessment. If you don't know the 5 love languages and you're in an intimate relationship, you should be taking this with your partner regardless. The 5 love languages basically show how we as an individual prefer to give love and receive love. Now, this is important for talent because the way we receive love is the same way we give appreciation, and we want to receive appreciation. It's one and the same. So some of your team members will want to receive words of affirmation, which basically means you giving them common, good, worded phrases. Great job. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad you're on the team. Some people want acts of service. And this brings us back to our last point of removing barriers. So if you know that, you can go out of your way to do more of that. Some people will want gifts. This is an easy one because maybe you send them trinkets or you write a kind note that like it's a surprise for them. There's so many different ways that you could show people appreciation, but if people are feeling they're compensated well, that they're seen and valued, those 2 things will 9 times out of 10 keep your people in your business without them churning and leaving. Number 4 is building intimacy. This was one that when I was early in my managerial career at Amazon, I was really good at. And as a founder, it's one that I've actually wanted to do less of, frankly. But the reality is people want to feel some form of connection with the people they work with. If you're the one managing your managers in your business, or if you have someone managing your managers, inside of your talent CRM, you should have a section where you have basic questions, like a questionnaire, right? What is this person's favorite hobby? What sports they'd like to do? What is their family structure? When's their birthday? When is their anniversary? What do they like to do on their personal time? These things require managers to get to know their employees. And a simple rule that we had at Amazon is know 3 things about each of your employees within the first week of working with them. And if you keep compounding on that and just show you're invested in your team members' lives, they're going to feel deeper connected to who they're working for. The other one is having team outings. So if you're virtual, making sure you do at least 1 in-person outing a year is critical. At ADF, we are doing an annual in-person event. So that's a great time for my team members to come fly out to Los Angeles and network with clients and build some intimacy with the team. But to reiterate, people are emotional, and I've seen so many people that have stayed in companies far too long because they felt some form of unwavering loyalty to the person they worked with. So if you can leverage this, you will increase the length of time that your talent stays with you. Number 5 is develop them. Now, this seems obvious, but people have an innate desire to grow, and high-performing managers especially want to make sure they're growing. So you should have a cadence, at least on a weekly basis, to sit down with your important managers once a week to make sure they are moving their jobs forward. And on an annual basis, you want to ask a few simple questions. Where do you want to be at in the next year personally? Where do you want to be at in the next year professionally? Log those things in the People CRM. And I've said People CRM a few times. If you do not have a place where you can track all these things, make sure you go to book a call with us at the link below. We have a team in-house that we can go into your company and build this portal for your business so you can actually start to track these things. Because just like you leverage a CRM for your customers and your prospects, you need one for your talent. Things that you want to track are what are people looking to accomplish in the next year and in the coming years. It's your job on a monthly basis to check in and help your managers project manage their personal and professional goals. Now, professionally, this is easy. As a manager of a manager, you should be doing this anyway. You should be sitting down with your talent at least once a month and making sure they're executing business goals and they're executing their professional plan. But on a personal level, find out what they care about. Do they want to go travel? Do they have debt they want to pay pay off? Do they want to buy a ring for their to-be fiance, right? There are so many ways that we can show commitment to our people, and going the extra mile is really easy. I have someone on my team who has a condition that requires medication. They were struggling to get medication, and this wasn't something that came out as a personal goal, but when I was connecting with them on an intimate level, I said, hey, I will pay for your medication. I don't care how much it is. Now, this person declined the offer that I would buy that medication for them, but doing things like that show that we are just more than managers, that we're more than just professionals. People want to be connected to people, and those types of things, especially if you're the founder, are easy ways to keep your talent devoted and committed to you and your business. The final and sixth step of how you could retain important managers is ask. Once a year at a bare minimum, you should be asking your talent, is there any reason you would consider leaving us within the next 12 to 24 months? And if the answer is yes, which I want to let you know you have a safe space here, it could be yes, and that's okay. What can I do for you and the business to change your mind on that? This just goes to the root of the problem. Are there things that you're not happy about? Are there things you're not enjoying? And can I improve those things? I like to say that if you're in a marriage and you get divorced, it should not be a surprise, right? It's the same thing for a business. If you're getting blindsided by your talent that they're leaving, you did not do a good job of being proactive to retain them. And this is something super simple that you can just go out of your way and ask them once a year or twice a year, is there anything I need to know about you looking for a different opportunity or you being unhappy, and what can I do to fix it? This kind of relates back to one of the earlier points of asking if they have barriers, but this is just being super candid and blunt. And some people don't have the courage because they want to avoid conflict, but as a leader, you have to embrace this. Now, first and foremost, those are my 6 steps, and thank you so much for watching this. If you received value, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you're needing help growing your business and retaining your talent, go to the link below and book a call. And if you want to get access to all of my best trainings, I have 8 free trainings for you. At least right now I do. It'll probably be 12 in the future. Go to the link below and get access to my best free trainings, and that will be one of the easiest ways that I can continue to add value to you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.